The Minnesota Vikings beat the San Francisco 49ers 23-17 in their home opener, improving to 2-0 on the season after a impressive defensive performance by the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings did what nobody thought they could do and win. Going 2-0. Nobody predicted the Vikings starting off the season 2-0. Nobody predicted the Vikings winning this game before the season coming into this week. They were able to get it done in what should have been a much more decisive win, but they win 23-17. A win is a win, and pretty at times, ugly, uncertainty. It's a Minnesota Vikings football game, and we're all here, slaves to it. They won. they won, and thank God that they won. But there were points in that game where I'm like, if they lose this game, I do not know what I'm going to do with myself if they lose. Now, some would say, Breed, don't take sports so serious. It's for fun. It's an enjoyment. Life goes on. No. It wouldn't have gone on if they would have lost this game. It would have. But the Aaron Jones fumble at the one, the 99-yard drive for San Francisco right back, I'm thinking, no. Sam Darnold, what do you have? Sam Darnold, 17 for 26, 268 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pretty bad pick in a bad time. But the Sam Darnold experience was in full display in this game. And Kevin O'Connell, I give a round of applause. I give a 15-minute standing applause for Kevin O'Connell in this game. Brian Flores, the coaching staff. This is, you would have told me in 2021 offseason when they fired Mike Zimmer that this is what they were getting in Kevin O'Connell, and later on hiring Brian Flores, who should be a head coach in this league, probably will not be due to personal things off the field and his relationship with his past quarterback. I don't care. This guy should be a Viking for the rest of his career. They have an unbelievable coaching duo that, in recent years, I haven't even talked about the game yet, but in recent years, I would feel nervous coming into this game thinking, oh, it's a loss. I don't think they have a shot. It's just normal stuff. Coming into this game, I'm like, yes, it's the Giants week 1, but this team the team looked good in week 1. Vikings fans know that. People on the outside can say what they want about the Giants. They suck. The Vikings look good. It was not competitive in most of that game. I knew if the Vikings tackled well and stopped the big plays from the Niners, they were going to have a shot regardless of how their offense did. And that was the case. Their offense had the big plays they needed to. I knew that they were going to have a shot because of their defense and that Sam Darnold can control the ball, get the ball to the guys that needed to get the ball. They were going to have a pretty good shot to win. There was their home opener. The crowd was going to be juiced. And the Niners just have a hex on them coming into U.S. Bank in Minnesota in general. 22 years now without a win there. Not every single year, obviously, but there's just something there. And the Niners were without Christian McCaffrey, right? Had Debo, had Trent Williams, like they didn't last year. But the Niners were also very prepared coming into this game. I think there'll be excuses because it is what it is. The Niners are the best team in the NFC still. There'll be excuses. The Niners game planned all week, said how dangerous this Vikings team was. Went through a walkthrough yesterday in Apple Valley the day before the game. I mean, they took this game very seriously. They knew that this was a big game for them. Minnesota came in, beat them. It should have been much more of a commanding win than for the Vikings, but it is the Vikings. It is week 2 as well. That's kind of what my main takeaway is. It's week 2. You're going to get some weird things that happen. Sam Darnold's pick, great play by Fred Warner. Not the right read. You were moving the ball very well, running the ball. It is what it is. And then the next, after Josh Metella's crazy pick that followed the muffed punt that we couldn't get, that bounce. I'm like, what are we doing here? Excuse me. What are we doing here? And then Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson gets hurt in the play before that. Aaron Jones with a nice wide receiver or running back screen, but he was off on the side in the wide receiver spot. All you have to do is just hold on to the ball, and the Vikings win it right there. It's never that easy. Aaron Jones gets no hate from me after the game, even if they lost. Aaron Jones has been so good for them. I'm looking at this for the first time. Ty Chandler went 10 carries for 82 yards. Ty Chandler, the 1-2 punch of Ty Chandler and Aaron Jones. It's amazing. It's amazing to watch after last year, the year before, of so struggling to run the ball. We have a run game. We have a damn good offensive line as well. We can point to Garrett Bradbury, Ed Ingram. Blake Brandell's been actually really good this year. Pointing to the really the dagger throw from Sam Darnold to Jalen Naylor for I'm not even sure how long it was, 20-something yards with 7 minutes left to get him into field goal range. Like, that was the play of the game probably, other than JJ's 97-yard touchdown. The Jalen Naylor play to get him into that. Blake Brandell got beat right away, stood his ground, gave Sam Darnold just enough time to make that great throw, man. This Sam Darnold experience was of one in this game. I felt confident every time he threw the ball that he was going to do something with it. Now, I don't know if I was confident that he was going to make the right play, get it to a Viking, but I'm like, hey, this guy looks pretty confident. I trust him. I also don't trust him. That throw to JJ, though, was unbelievable. That was 55 yards in the air on a dot to beat the double safety. JJ was chugging, got the oxygen on the sideline. Needed to do what he needed to do. Speedy caught up to him. The ref caught him. That was unbelievable. If it was filmed, I was jumping up and down, screaming. My voice hurts from this game because I am not mentally capable of being a Vikings fan still, 23 years into my life. Never will be. And I love that. I love that I care so much about a week 2 game. First time that the Minnesota Vikings have started off 2-0 since 2016. Kevin O'Connell, bring it up. A round of applause from me. Don't know what it means. I mean, the defense really won this game. Brian Flores, Kevin O'Connell, really with the turnovers. I mean, we had 2 turnovers in that game and a few, just unlucky bounces instead of getting turnovers. But the 2 turnovers, Aaron Jones' fumble at the 1 hurt. Sam Darnold's interception hurt because it just felt game-changing plays by the Niners. Fred Warner in particular, 3 of the biggest plays in the game probably. Justin Jefferson getting hurt, the fumble, and the pick. You lost. Good job. We had 3 fumbles total in this game. Sam Darnold had 2 fumbles. Okay, I don't remember it. Blake Cashman, I'm looking at the stat sheet here. 13 tackles, 5 solos, a sack, and a tackle for loss. But let's focus on the 2022 draft class from Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell. His free agency signings this year were unbelievable. It's 2 weeks in, and every single player I think he signed in this offseason has made a play. Andrew Van Ginkel, man. Andrew Van Ginkel and Blake Cashman, I don't know if the Vikings win the last 2 games without those 2 players. Those 2 players have been unbelievable, man. Van Ginkel probably won them the game. So many players won them the game. Every single player in this game won them the game. Hats off to every single one of these players. Van Ginkel, though, on the screen, reading it again, don't throw a screen to Van Ginkel. He has shown you multiple times just this year, do not throw a screen to Van Ginkel's side. He's going to make a play. Ginkel makes a play. Debo basically drops it into Debo's hands and say, here, take the ball and take 40 seconds off the clock and settle for a field goal. 49ers get a touchdown there. Who knows? The Vikings literally just have to fall on the onside kick and they win it. But Van Ginkel holding them, making a big play. The momentum back on their side after that. Vikings all they need to do, catch the onside kick, and they did. Nick Muse, good job. 22 draft class, Nick Muse, as well as Speedy, Jalen Naylor, and Ty Chandler, who, Jalen Naylor, 3 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Oh, that's pretty good. Ty Chandler, 10 carries, 82 yards, and a gain long run of 25. That's pretty good. So I wonder what that 2022 class, I wonder who else is in that class. Anyways, I digress, man, because a win is a win, and we focus on the positives. And I'm going to be excited to watch this one back, and I'm going to be watching it like, how did we win this game after all these mistakes? But for me, they beat the Niners. They beat them. I mean, on the run, on the ground, what did they average on the ground? I can't tell. Anyways, Ty Chandler averaged 8.2. So on the ground, they were running that ball. One of those drives, they could have ran it down their throat the entire drive and scored a touchdown. I think that was the drive where Jones fumbles it at the 1. I mean, they ran the ball down their throat and took their will. Does not happen much to the Niners. I will be honest. Brock Purdy is 14-0 against NFC teams not as the Vikings, and he's 0-2 against the Vikings. Game, they just hunted him, man. They could have blitzed more if they wanted to. I think they blitzed on 40% of his dropbacks and sacked him 6 times. Brian Flores, man. I mean, this guy gets unlimited flowers from me. The fact that he just wasn't a defensive coordinator before the Vikings scooped him up, like, it's Kevin O'Connell, thank you for firing Ed Donatel after 1 year and pitching to Brian Flores to come join this team, because it's perfect. It's perfect. It's the perfect culture, man. I'm so happy that I get to watch this team. Now, when they win, I'm glad to be a fan of this team. My blood, sweat, and tears is in this purple, man. This team. 2-0 sounds pretty good. 2-0 sounds pretty good, man. This game next week does not really matter. You win it. Unbelievable if you win it. 3-0, right? You're on top of the NFC right now. NFC North right now. Sorry. Detroit losing. Green Bay's lost last week, right? Chicago, Houston, do me a favor, right? Do me a favor. Win tonight, lose next week. That'll make me feel good. JJ back next week. Love to see it. Hawk returning soon. JA returning pretty soon. We're going to be rolling with Sam, man. Sam Darnold, Brandon Powell. I'm sorry, I got a one-track mind, man. Brandon Powell, 2 third-down conversions in that drive, much like the Falcons game last year. And this is what that drive felt like. The Josh Dobbs coming in. You need a drive. You need to put it away. Kevin O'Connell, what can you do for me? Kevin O'Connell does it. The guy is class, man. The guy is top-tier coaching. Vikings fans should be so grateful for this coaching duo. Not just Kevin O'Connell, but Brian Flores. Anyways, man, 2-0 going on to Houston at home next week. Another big home game. But with the 2 wins now, doesn't mean as much. Great to win it if you do, but doesn't mean as much. And I'm sure they're going to go out there and try to win it, man, because this team just has it. The culture, the identity in place of Kevin O'Connell. It's just, there's so much confidence exuberated from their team. They play the underdog role so well, and I'm so glad for it, man. Nobody gave them a shot in this game. Even without McCaffrey, Jordan Mason was going to run all over them. They ran all over the Jets. Nobody gave them a shot in this game. I think deep down Vikings fans knew what they have in this team, what they had in this team, and now for sure what they have in this team. Media will be talking about it all week. And I'm sure they're going to wait for this week if CJ Stroud has a great game. If they lose, it does not matter, man. This team, Vikings fans know what they have in this team. Playoffs are on the horizon. And don't count out that division yet, man. Don't count out that division. I think if we keep going, keep playing great, mixing the run and the pass, offense with defense, all 3 phases together, as Kevin O'Connell loves to say, the future could be so bright with this team this year. Next year, JJ McCarthy coming back, some cap space. This is a very fun year, I think it'll be, and a very fun future that the Vikings are going to have. I mean, I just see it, man. Kevin O'Connell, this guy is is the real deal. What a hit by the ownership and Kwesi for hiring him when everyone wanted Harbaugh, or I'm trying to remember some other ones in that time. What a hit, man. What a hit on Kevin O'Connell. We're so grateful. 2-0. 2-0. The hopium has never been higher, man. We're here. We're here at the roller coaster, man. We're all the way up on the roller coaster, man. I'm ready to get hurt again. I'm ready, man. We're at the top of the roller coaster. We're here. We're ready. We're ready to get hurt. On to Houston. 2-0. SKOL.